generator for and the consumption is there. And then eventually the plan is
They scoffed at the idea of hostels for Kayai. They said it was not going to be possible. We've made it possible. We said we will replace pre-mixed fuel for fishermen with solar outboard motors. When I said it, they thought it was not possible. They laughed at the idea. We have made it possible. When we said we will bring credit scoring into Ghana for the first time in our history, many doubted it and said we're not going to be able to do it. But we have done it. I'm saying all these because of the mindset of impossibility. We are going to transform this country, and we need a possibilities mindset. So I was not surprised when the naysayers once again rose up to poo-poo the idea of electric vehicles for public transportation in Ghana. Rather than discouraging me because of all the previous naysaying they had done, I was rather encouraged and determined to follow through and see to the implementation of electric vehicles for public transport in Ghana. I had no doubt in my mind that this was possible. If other countries can deploy electric buses for public transportation, why not Ghana? The transport sector, as you all know, is a major contributory factor to the growth of our economy, and most importantly, a necessary precondition for the guaranteed success of education, jobs, markets, healthcare, among others. In pursuit of this, agencies such as Metro Mass, Transit Limited, ILLO, STC, and so on have existed to implement government policy to make transport services accessible and affordable to all. These companies provide services to very remote areas of Ghana, where some traditional operators would not go, and charge fares about 30% lower than the market rate. Unfortunately, over the years, the growth of these companies has been heavily impacted by high operational costs, particularly the cost of diesel, revenue leakages, and the maintenance of their fleet of buses. In addressing these operational challenges, government took steps to ensure that these companies evolve to meet new challenges. Among the measures that have been introduced to improve public transport services included the following. We supplied 200 intercity buses to augment and expand the existing operations. We supplied 100 buses for the Intercity STC Coaches Limited, and deployment of an electronic ticketing system, the Tap and Go system, to address revenue leakage and modernize bus services. We also enhanced the enhancement of the mandate of the National Road Safety Authority as the regulator of road safety rules, procedures, standards, and guidelines. The launch of the Transport Ghana project by the National Road Safety Authority for regulatory compliance. The Transport Ghana project is an IT-based solution for pre-departure checks, passenger manifest ticketing, vehicle tracking, and driver training. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the acquisition of these electric buses is not just about revamping the operations of Metro Mass Transit Limited and a signaling to other agencies to follow suit, but also to position them to play a leading role in the drive to net zero emission transport future and a future with low cost of transportation. When you think about it, anytime fuel prices internationally go up, then you see it translating immediately into domestic increase in fuel prices, then into increase in transportation fares according to the existing formula. I was thinking very deeply about this and how we could cushion the Ghanaian public from these external influences. But I came to the conclusion that going towards electric vehicles in public transport was the surest way to protect ourselves from the external influences of the rise in diesel and other petroleum prices that affect the cost of transportation in Ghana. The launch of the National Electric Vehicle Policy has ushered in a new era of innovation. This policy was launched by His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, on the sidelines of the COP28 in Dubai. We have ushered in a new era of innovation, driving gradual decarbonization of the transport sector. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today we are making history with the commissioning of these electric buses. It represents a visionary shift in how we approach public transport. Today we are making a definitive step towards revolutionizing the transport sector with sustainability and innovation at its core. Today, we are setting the stage for a future and aligning our interventions with global best practices. The use of fossil fuel-powered vehicles, its impact on climate change and air pollution are no longer distant threats, but urgent realities that demand immediate action. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the economic benefits of using electric buses cannot be overemphasized. Electric buses, as we know, offer lower operating and maintenance costs compared to conventional diesel buses. The use of the electric bus will therefore translate into more efficient use of resources and cut operational costs by about 50% to the benefit of passengers. Metro Mass will be better positioned to enhance services, lower transport fares, and invest in fleet renewal and expansion efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, while the benefits are promising, the success of this project relies heavily on commitment to robust and continuous maintenance. The neglect and mishandling of buses will derail the effort that has gone into the acquisition of these buses. As a people, we should know that reckless use of public assets represents an enormous drain on national resources. I therefore want to use this opportunity to urge the board and management to take steps to ensure that these buses stand the test of time. The cost of postponed maintenance due to neglect is usually high, and we must try to prevent such occurrences. Ladies and gentlemen, the need for specialized training in maintenance and operation of electric vehicles will increase as we progress. This presents opportunities for new skill acquisition. Government will therefore partner with educational institutions, in particular TVET, to train the needed workforce for this particular infrastructure. By investing in skill development, we are ensuring that this transition is smooth and beneficial to all parties involved. I have been informed that a new strategic business unit has been set up to ensure the efficient operation of the buses. The unit will work with partners to provide maintenance and tech support, EV battery charging infrastructure, EV bus revenue management, tracking, and most importantly, driver training. Ladies and gentlemen, every bold step forward comes with its own challenges. We are aware that these challenges are prepared to address them head on. I have the assurance of the board and management of Metro Mass Transit Limited that these electric buses will be put to good use, starting this year with a pilot on 2 major routes in the national capital, Adenta to Accra and Ashaiman to Accra. So we will be piloting these 2 major routes, Adenta to Accra and Ashaiman to Accra. And after the pilot, we will expand to the rest of the region and the country. It is no longer a secret that we urgently need to improve the quality of our public transport services. Starting with the public transport operators such as GPRTU and the Trotro subsector, I will work closely with GAPTI to embark on a fleet renewal program through the deployment of e-vehicles. We will help GPRTU and other transport operators to acquire and facilitate the acquisition of these electric vehicles, these buses that they will encourage their business. This will be achieved through an improved public regulatory system, enabling the government to acquire the necessary regulatory data and support a fleet renewal credit scheme. Now, the Ministry of Transport is undertaking nationwide dissemination of the National Electronic Vehicle Policy to create the needed awareness and build support for its implementation. The primary reason our local taxi vehicles and trotros are often old vehicles is the difficulty in repaying loans for new expensive vehicles when used for operations. A good way to resolve this issue is to leverage the tap-and-go system. The tap-and-go system will help local drivers conduct their transactions digitally, building their credit to obtain new vehicles on favorable credit terms. This is why it is crucial for us to intensify our digitalization efforts, providing lending comfort to all potential investors through our digitalized operations. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while today's event is cause for celebration, it is also a reminder that our journey is far from over. The commissioning of these buses is the beginning of a broader strategy to modernize and decarbonize the transport sector. I envision a future where electric vehicles are the standard, with modern technology playing a key part in it. This vision will require us to be innovative in our approach to problem solving and collaborate to build a seamless transportation system where one tap-and-go card can be used on all public transport vehicles, including our railway system. So the tap-and-go card, as we have developed it, is going to be operational. This is how we are envisioning it across the entire public sector. So you can take your tap-and-go card, board a train, and then when you arrive in Accra, that same card you board an EV bus and take it right to Accra. And then Down the road, if you have to take a trotro, you can use your tap and go card on your trotro as well. So it's one card for the whole transport system. That is what we are seeking to do. Currently, your tap and go card will work on the railway as we are planning, and it will also work on the EV buses, and we'll extend it to all the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, the road ahead will require the active participation of all and sundry, especially transport service providers. It will also require cultural and behavioral shifts that embrace sustainability. Government will therefore continue to seek partnerships, leverage on the collective experience of stakeholders to develop our nation. As we commission these first batch of electric buses, let us take pride in this historic moment. It is a declaration of the government's commitment to public transport electrification. These buses are not just a response to the challenges of high transport fares, among others. It is a proactive step towards the future we want to see, a future where Ghana leads in sustainability, inclusivity, and innovation. In conclusion, I want to take this opportunity to thank all the stakeholders who have contributed in diverse ways to make today a living reality. It is my hope that we would all be inspired by this development and the decarbonization agenda of government in pursuit of the vision for a net zero emission future. For our passengers who will be boarding these electric vehicles, these buses, I think the biggest question in your minds is how much is it going to cost? And I think that the answer, and it is consistent with our estimates, that when I announced this policy in February of this year, when I gave my lecture at the UPSA, I think between 40 to 50% reduction in the fares of these electric buses. This is what we are going to see. From today, when you board it, you will see that the price is 40 to 50% lower because the operational costs are lower, and you are able to pass that on to the consumer. And this is where we see the future of public transport going. I thank you all very much for your attention. God bless you, and God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you very much.
Electric buses for forever. A career you can do. If you say, a boons, and same button, a do not dear, and they can not go anyway.
data for the consumption of the and then eventually the plan is it's a lot nice like so which one is this? Come. Let's get